Okay, hey everyone, so today you're gonna learn how to make a color corrector in Davinci Resolve 18 because my last tutorial was horrible and I feel bad for everyone who watches that tutorial. So please don't use this knowledge to make a green color corrector because those are abominations. I mean, they can look good sometimes, but anyways, get your adjustment clip in and then resize it to the size of your clip, and then go into color page. So when you're in color page, yeah, you can see this preview is pretty small. So what you can do is you can do Shift F, and then it'll be full size. So if you just want to make it like a bit easier to see, then you can do Shift F. And then what you want to do is right click the node, and then hover over Add Node. It's the fifth from the top, and then press Add Serial. And it should make this. In this node, make a contrast. So make sure you're on this part of the color page, the curves, and then make a dot in the middle, a dot 1/4 of the way, and a dot 3/4 of the way. And then you want to raise the top dot, this one, up a little bit. And what this does is it's making the brighter parts of the clip brighter. And then what you want to do is take this clip and then lower it, and this essentially just makes a contrast. So now what you want to do is you want to go to primaries, color wheels, and then you have 4 controls here: offset, gain, gamma, and lift. Offset sort of just controls the entire thing, so if you raise offset, it'll become brighter. If you lower offset, it'll become darker. Play around with it until it feels right. So I can see that this clip is kind of dark in these areas, so I'm gonna raise my offset just a little bit. And then gain controls the brightness of the glowing parts, and gamma controls how much the brightness spreads. So the brightness isn't spreading that much right now, so what I'm gonna do is raise the gamma, but there is already a lot of brightness, so I'm just gonna lower the gain a little bit. And then for the lift, I'm going to lower the lift because the gamma is making the glow spread too much. Me personally, I don't like my color correctors to be too saturated, so I'm just gonna lower the saturation. Just kidding, we're only gonna put to 40. And this kind of makes it so that the colors aren't as in your face anymore. And then if you feel like it's too desaturated, you can add a little bit of color boost. Color boost is a little bit different from saturation. And for shadows, raising it will make things brighter, lowering it will make it darker. So I'm just gonna emphasize the shadows a bit more, and then emphasize the highlights a little bit more. And then here's sort of where you decide which way you want your color corrector to go. Either you can make it warm or you can make it cold. Now, I'm just a fan of cold color correctors, so about 1000 or 1200 should be enough. Well, negative 1200. And then for the mid detail, I think I'm gonna turn this all the way up because it raises the mid-tones of a clip, so you can basically just kind of raises the resolution really. And then if we go into full screen, looks like this. Before looked like this. So we can already see a pretty nice difference. In the second node, we're going to change the actual colors. So offset, gain, gamma, and lift. So for gamma and lift, these are light sources, which means these should usually be towards the warmer side. So I'm gonna raise this, and then in order to balance this out, we need to change the offset and the lift to make them, a bit more balanced, so it's not as violently red. So now you can see that the shadows are more bluish looking, and the highlights are a bit more red looking. Okay, so yeah. And I feel like it's still a little bit too much of a clash. I think it's a bit too red, so I'm gonna turn the offset a little bit more blue. And you just keep on going through it and adjusting things until you get what you like. So let's see the difference. Kind of like where this is going. There is a lot of yellow highlights here though, and it's not quite matching up with my color grade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go into the color warping section, and I'm gonna warp it so that the yellows turn into reds. And see, now you can see what happened is the gun actually turned red. Wow! Who could have expected that? Anyway, so yeah, I feel like it's matching a bit back to our color wheels. Yeah, again, there's a little bit too much red for my liking, so we're gonna increase the blue a little bit more, and let's see the difference. Okay, so yeah, I think that's looking a little, well, actually a lot better than it was before. But there are some other things that we can do to improve this. We're gonna leave the color page, and then we're gonna make an adjustment clip. And then in this adjustment clip, we're gonna go into Fusion, right? And then the first thing that you wanna do is you can do one of two things. So either you can do the easy thing, which is, okay, so add a blur node, and then raise this to about 10, then add an ellipse, not there, add an ellipse, and then just resize the ellipse to make it sort of match and make a sort of vignette. So we press invert, we up the soft edge, and yeah, it creates a sort of blur vignette. This looks pretty good, however there is something else that you can do. And so basically what you want to do is copy the media in, paste it, and then press 1 to see it in the second viewer, then add a polygon node. And what you're going to do is basically first take out the polygon node so you can actually see what you're working with. And then what you want to do is just make a rough mask of the gun. Alright, and then once you're done that, you just connect the polygon with the media in, and then you want to turn up the soft edge a little bit so that it isn't like so obvious that you were super duper lazy on the mask. That's what I do. So this is basically how to cheat. And then what you want to do is connect it to the square output of the blur, and it'll automatically create a merge node. And what this does is, well, we can lower the blur a little bit, maybe to like 2.5 or 5 or 3, not 23, 3, right? And then what this does is it kind of makes the gun pop a little bit more, because since the background is blurred and the gun is not blurred, as you can see, it actually makes it feel like the gun is closer to you, whereas the things that aren't close to you are a bit more blurred, and it creates an illusion of depth. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a vignette. And yeah, this vignette looks pretty trash right now, but here, we're gonna go into advanced. And so think of the color that you used for your shadows. In this case, it was blue. So we're gonna go to blue. We're gonna go like here, just raise it up a little bit so we can see a bluish tinge, but not quite. Maybe a little bit higher. Okay, and now we're gonna start making it so that the vignette doesn't look like actual trash. So yeah, we're gonna turn up the anamorphism, you know, just play around until you get something that you like. And then if you feel it's too dark at the end of the day, you can always just raise the transparency a little bit. And then after all of that, what you want to do is, okay, yeah, we're gonna add a glow before the vignette. And then so think of what color your highlights were, and then, well, in my case they were red, so I'm gonna make them red. So just kind of make them a lighter version of what your highlights were in your color corrector, and just start messing around. Okay, so once you're done with that, final step is just a little bit of finishing. So in my case, the color corrector is blue and red, so what I want to do is add something called fast chroma, and this is a plugin, well, a tool that you can only get from a plugin called Reactor, but it's completely free. And if you have any trouble downloading, you can ask in my Discord. So you add a bit of fast chroma and just turn it up ever so slightly so that you can just barely notice it. And so let's see what the difference was. Looks a lot better, and let's see the total difference. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this color correcting tutorial. Sorry if I sound kind of dead inside today. It's because I am. And these presets will hopefully be in my Discord. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.